Bogey, Warwick, Spencer, Perry, Du Bois, and Pike. Our largest city is Evansville, Indiana. Other major cities would include Vincennes, Jasper, Princeton, Mount Vernon, Boonville, Tell City, and Huntingburg. And then we have, according to 2015 data, we have a labor force of 223,926 people, with 95.6% employed and 4.1% unemployed.
Wow.
Okay, it's just the scroll.
Scroll down.
There. The board recognizes that it must create partnerships to be able to reach its goals, and the board has created partnerships in the K-12 education system, post-secondary system, and with the employers in the region. These partnerships will allow the board to prepare an educated and skilled workforce by collaborating with employers and educators to establish skills needed of job seekers and educating and training job seekers in those skills needed by the regional employers. So the goals for both the in-school and out-of-school are completion of a high school diploma or equivalency, attainment of a post-secondary credential within a career pathway, and employment in a high-demand occupation with a career pathway. The Workforce Development Board in Region 11 places special emphasis on serving youth. It's the intention of the Workforce Development Board to ensure that all youth served in the region obtain not only the hard skills needed to find employment, but the soft skills needed to maintain the employment. Our goal is not just the high school diploma or equivalency, but the addition of post-secondary training to enhance their ability, lost in place, their ability to obtain and maintain employment. The Workforce Development Board encourages regional employers to require, at a minimum, a high school diploma. However, efforts will increase to involve post-secondary training, from short-term certification up to a one-year post-secondary program. Region 11's overarching strategy for training the workforce is to build the workforce pipeline through three major groups. These groups are K through 12 and post-secondary education. The 20,000+ adults aged 18 to 64 without a high school diploma or equivalency, and the incumbent under-skilled worker. The region partners with K-12 and post-secondary educators to increase the awareness of and participation of students into the career and tech ed programs. One example is our STEM challenge, and that's for science, technology, engineering, mathematics. And we have a challenge where teams of 4 high school students, including our JAG schools, participate in team problem-solving contests conducted by the local businesses. This year, every year, winners are awarded cash prizes provided by the employers. This year we had 8 challenges, and it was very interesting to see, no doubt. Winners are awarded the cash prizes by the employers. As I stated, it's very important that you understand we have those employers, because that's one way to get the students' interest in participating. Then when they get there, they're ready to come back the next year. And this is our 4th year in doing this at our local Oakland City University. It also gives them an opportunity to see the university. Another example that we have in Region 11 is the brainchild of Jim Heck. We have a teacher's boot camp. And what this is the teacher's boot camps are the teachers or counselors we have 2 different boot camps this year. The first year we had Alcoa, which consisted of Toyota, Berry Plastics, Savic, and I have them written down here. Hold on. Who did I miss, Jim? Alcoa, of course. That's the name of the whole program because they funded the first year. And then the second year, that same group did that boot camp. And then Du Bois County started the boot camp with 5 employers, consisting of Kimball Electronics, Kimball International, Jasper Engines and Transmissions, Master Brand Cabinets, and Office Furniture, OFS. So you look at that and you have competitors in the same industry working for a common goal. So we're excited about the boot camp. The teachers were excited. This is an example. The teachers, they are placed in the manufacturing, the businesses, for 2 weeks. The companies that go into this program pay a stipend to the teachers. And they're placed into this in order to understand the needs of what we're looking for as business and industry, and what we want the skill set of the students to be, especially from the soft skills side of things. And then they encourage students to seek classes and training for these jobs that are available. So the board has also created a work ethic certification program that certifies students who complete the requirements of the program that regional employers support. This program will be introduced to all 8 of our JAG schools this fall through a grant received from the AT&T Foundation. Our pilot program was in 2015, and the governor signed 36 certificates for 36 students in Perry Central and 19 for Southern Indiana CTC School. And that was our pilot program. The region is also partnering with the Building Trades and the Work Indiana. Oh, I forgot. No, this is the same one. The region is also partnering with the Building Trades and the Work Indiana pre-apprenticeship training programs for unemployed and underemployed workers. Region 11 has set aside funds to begin an incumbent worker program to help companies upskill the workers into advanced jobs that will create opportunities to hire new workers at these companies. To fill these job vacancies, the region has initiated work on a work and learn program, or as we are referring to it as SWIC, for work experience. Our in-school programs are through the JAG program, and we currently operate 8 JAG schools in our region: Vincennes Lincoln, which is in Vincennes, Indiana; Gibson Southern, which is in Fort Branch; Princeton, which is in Princeton; Pike Central, which is in Petersburg; and Tell City, which is in Tell City; Mount Vernon, and South Ridge is in Huntingburg. And then we have Bossy that's in Evansville. With the 8 JAG programs, we plan to serve 320 participants. We have other schools in our region that would like to have a JAG program, but would lack the funding to make that happen at this point. It moved on its own. Okay. All right. I think that's what we're going to find. Our out-of-school program, did it move again? Holy cow. Our out-of-school program has combined with the Indiana Plant Apprenticeship Awareness Program to increase youth involvement with the building trades. The youth committee is planning to bring together young professionals from the region to mentor out-of-school youth in workforce professionalism. We're following all 10 of the previous youth elements, and we're adding financial literacy, which is embedded in a work experience boot camp activity. Entrepreneurship was added to the career development. It's doing its own thing. I'm not touching it, I swear. It's a requirement that youth are registered in Indiana Career Connect and complete the Indiana Career Explorer assessment. These career tools provide labor market and employment information to youth. In-school youth participate in field trips to local post-secondary educational institutions, complete the FAFSA, and a minimum of 2 college applications. Out-of-school youth receive a career research packet that is completed with a youth staff member. Youth staff encourages campus tours to discuss the differences between high school, adult education, and college classes. We're going to go for this one more time. Okay. Lines. Okay, I'm leaving it right there. Our goal is to meet the new 75-25 split this year. With the addition of the TANF funds for our JAG program, the region will be able to provide such activities as incentives and work experience for youth and in-school programs. Our allocation to in-school youth from our WIOA funds is $209,157, but the total in-school youth budget is $723,352, thanks to the additional state and TANF funds. Our allocation to out-of-school youth from our WIOA funds is $627,470, but the total out-of-school youth budget is $652,470. While our goal is to achieve the 75-25 split, due to reduced WIOA allocations, it becomes more difficult to achieve this goal. We are always looking for additional funding for our youth programs. See this go straight. I need somebody to. Both in-school youth and out-of-school youth are provided with extended test times, test reading, testing and isolation, and a calculator for math tests. When required by the individual education plan, a student is placed in front of the class. Physical access for transportation and buildings are ensured in all activities, including field trips. Our Workforce Development Board currently has the following standing committees. We have the Executive Committee made up of the officers and all committee chairs. The Finance Committee is made up of both board and non-board members, making sure we're staying on budget and making recommendations for any changes. The Operations Committee is made up of both board and non-board members, looking at all aspects of the one-stop centers and also crafting policy in the region. Business Services Committee, made up of both board and non-board members, looking at how best to serve businesses in our region. The Youth Committee is made up of both board and non-board members, looking at our youth programs and overseeing all aspects of the program. And the Human Resources Committee, which is made up of board members that are HR knowledgeable to handle the HR issues of the staff. The Youth Committee is made up of board and non-board members. The committee oversees both in-school and out-of-school youth programs. This committee has worked to help create the work experiences in our region. Our board has been involved in helping to create a number of initiatives to help build the workforce of the future. This includes the STEM challenge I mentioned earlier, where the teams of 4 students compete in team problem-solving challenges created by area businesses. And the businesses, the other event is the teacher boot camp, which we have started. And this year, 46 teachers were put through this for 2 weeks of work at local manufacturers. At the end of the 2 weeks, these teachers presented how they would implement what they had learned during the boot camp in the classroom. We actually had 2 boot camps, and it's very good. I just can't say enough of that about it. We've had people from Nashville, Tennessee, from Akron, Ohio, it's Akron, Ohio, and then we have other counties within our region that are saying, we want this boot camp. So it's just been phenomenal. The Youth Committee is also working on a mentor program to match a business person with a youth to provide professional business mentorship. Any questions? I forgot to tell you who I am, didn't I? Sorry. Just realized that. That's one of the questions. Okay. My name is Sue Hobby, and I'm the chair for Region 11. Questions for Jim?
How did you get the teachers to come to the boot camp?
We paid them. We brought Seriously, that's what we did.
Yeah, you have to do it.
We paid a stipend to them to their commitment of the 2 weeks.
Right.
And they came in, and it was just amazing. They were surprised. They thought it was our grandfather's manufacturing facilities.
Oh.
They had no clue what was there today.
That's right.
And we spent every presentation we have sat through in both boot camps so far has been, wow, we had no idea.
Right. Do they get professional growth points for going for this?
Yes.
Okay, good.
As a matter of fact, they get master's degree credit for the one in the Alcoa boot camp, so they get.
Fantastic.
The Alcoa one, yes. Du Bois County, we went through Vincennes University, worked with us. Oakland City worked with the Alcoa one. We chose in Du Bois County to take Vincennes, since it's right there in our backyard, and we did the PGPs.
Fantastic.
Have you seen students transition into those types of jobs?
It's our second year, but we, what we did is we took some teachers, some of their ideas from year 1, shared that with the year 2 folks and said, here's what they've come up with so far. And they're like, oh, yes. And so I think this is something that you're just building. This is a strategy for our future workforce. I think it will take a good 4 years probably before we see the impact, the long-term impact of the students. But we've already made an impact with the teachers.
I agree that not only do people in our generation not realize what's inside some of these manufacturing, what it looks like, and then what that, like all of the state-of-the-art equipment, all of the technology that's involved, but I don't think kids have a clue. And so it's
The
important.
teachers didn't have a
That's
clue.
my point. And so if the teachers don't, the kids aren't, they don't know either.
you know, they gave input one teacher said, you need to come to our high school and set up like the military. The military's there all the time and tell them how great the military is. Why aren't you employers there setting up a booth at lunch, telling them how great you are? We're like, never thought about it, you know? So there's a lot of collaboration going on. We needed to get, somehow impact the students, and we couldn't figure out how, and Jim came up with this idea, and it's been wonderful. So we had to tell his wife he did have a great idea. One.